Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So, in this video we are going to look a little closer at the World Cup in 2022 in Qatar. And I'm going to specifically look at Group A, and then next week we'll look at Group B, Wales, yay, and so on and so forth. So let's take a deep dive looking at Group A of the World Cup. We'll look at all the teams, their likely players, and talk about their chances. Okay, if you enjoy the video, click like, drop me a comment, let me know your thoughts, and I will hopefully do Group B next time. Okay, so Qatar hosts and top of the group. So the Qatari national team are actually pretty decent. They've got a lot better in the last couple of years, so I think that they will shock a couple of people because they have never qualified for a World Cup before, and I think people assume that they're a poor team and not a very good team. However, I strongly disagree. If we look at their results, so they were losing games here against the top teams: Portugal, Ireland, Serbia, beat Bahrain, beat Oman, beat Iraq, beat United Arab Emirates, narrowly lost to the champions of Africa, Algeria, beat Egypt, the runners-up. Oh, the then champions of Africa, not now. Obviously Senegal are now. But let's look at some highlights here. So, yeah, I suppose losing to the United States, Serbia, Portugal. They struggle when they come up against European sides. Serbia, Portugal, Ireland, Portugal, Serbia. Drew with Luxembourg, drew with Azerbaijan. But then they beat Bulgaria, they drew with Slovenia. Slovenia are a decent team. Very difficult to beat them because their goalkeeper's so amazing. But yeah, they're in this group with Ecuador, Senegal and Netherlands. It could go really badly for them. And, you know, they might lose all of their matches, but when someone's at home, they tend to do a lot better. I think because many of their players play in their own league, they don't have international exposure, and therefore people don't know that much about them. But within Asia, they are really well known, some of their players. So many of their players come from Al-Sadd or Assad. And this was the club up until fairly recently that was managed by Xavi. Was it Xavi? Yeah. And they are one of the most successful teams in the Asian Champions League, now managed by Javi Gracia. Managerial history. Yeah, it was Xavi. Standout players for me are not just from Assad. Almoez Ali, very good player. Has he played in Europe? Only for Austrian teams. Bashing, Lask. Oh no, Spain? Yes. And then back to Alduhel. So he played in Europe as a youngster, and I think a couple of these have, because the same can be said of Akram Afif. He's another really quick winger. He played Cas Eupen in the Belgian league, Villarreal, Sporting Gijón, back to Eupen, and then Assad. So yeah, he's played some games in Europe as well, and he's got a very good goal-scoring record. Al-Haidos has just played for Al-Sadd his entire career, which, you know, is very good. Well, so yeah, 33 goals, 39 goals, 23 goals. They're really good players. So I think they will cause people more of a problem than they expect. I wonder how much of a problem that will be though. Okay, let's look at Ecuador next. The thing that stands out for Ecuador, with me for Ecuador, is the fact they finished third in their qualifying campaign, which is pretty insane when you consider they only just finished below Argentina and Brazil, who are the first and second favourites to win the entire competition, and they gave them a run for their money in qualifying as well. So again, everyone's talking about the Netherlands and Senegal in this group. They're going to have to play their best teams against Ecuador to avoid slipping up. Ecuador could beat them both on their day. So I think they're a little bit, for me, they are, if you underestimate them, you're going to be punished. So if you look at where their players play, lots of them in South America. You've got a couple in Europe, so Estupiñán for Villarreal, Preciado for Genk, Hincapié for Bayer Leverkusen. You've got Barroso for Troyes, Grueso for Augsburg, Plata for Valladolid, Caicedo from Brighton. Then you've got Sarmiento also from Brighton, and Valencia from Fenerbahce, practically every club in Europe. Caicedo from Sofia. But you know, Newell's Old Boys, good team. A couple of American and Mexican teams there as well. And some of the sides back in Ecuador have got a rich history, so I wouldn't underestimate them either. So in brief, I would look out for them. Trying to find their star player. I suppose it would be Valencia, although he's getting old. But I think they're just a really, really good team. They're quite young as well, look. 23, 23, 19, 20, 21, 25, 21, 25, 22. So it's a young team. Yeah, they're going to be very interesting. Okay, Senegal. I think lots of people have chosen Senegal as their outside favourites to go a long way. I would love that to happen. It's about time now for an African side to reach a semi-final, I think. So their current squad are, I mean, they're absolutely world class. So Chelsea's goalkeeper. Then you've got Koulibaly from Napoli, Ballo-Touré from Milan. You've got Savali from Betis, Diallo from Paris Saint-Germain, Idrissa Gueye from Paris Saint-Germain as well, Monti from Leicester City, Kouyaté from Crystal Palace, Papagay from Marseille. Then you've got Keita Balde from Cagliari, Dia from Villarreal, Sadio Mane. This needs updating. I think he may have gone to Bayern Munich now. And then there's really, really good players from all. Ismail Assar from Watford. So yeah, they've got really, really high class players from all over Europe. I watched them very closely at the last World Cup, and I felt that they may, well, back then they hadn't won the African Cup of Nations. I felt they looked a little bit more of individuals, less of a team, and that maybe expectation was weighing heavy on them. But I think they may have gotten over that with the win against Egypt in the final of the African Nations, and then beating them again over 2 legs. You know, Egypt, by far one of the strongest teams in Africa, so to defeat them basically 3 times in about a month, they showed their pedigree, and I think that they're going to do well. How well, I'm not sure. We'll see. Okay, the Netherlands. So, having just played the Netherlands as Wales twice this month, and losing twice in injury time, I can say that they are a really exciting team. Very fast, very attacking, really great watch for the neutrals. Not if you're Welsh. However, I will be supporting them at the World Cup because I always support Netherlands at the World Cup. Not if they actually go on to meet Wales, of course. But yeah, I think this Dutch team is probably a quarter semi-final team. I think they will make it to a quarter-final or a semi-final. So yeah, this is the match against Wales. So again, even more so than Senegal, they've got absolute world-class talent in every position. So Memphis Depay, Cody Gakpo is sensational, Bergwijn, and Noah Lang was amazing against Wales. Frankie de Jong, obviously one of the best midfielders in the world. Cope Mainers was really good. Who else? Gostiel, former Spartak player, he's very good. And then you got Van Dijk, Ake, Timber. He's highly rated, but he did not do well in either game against Wales. He can't deal with pace. Daniel James was just running rings around him, got him booked in both games, if I remember correctly. So I'm not sure about him, although he's linked with Man United. So Dumfries is sensational. I mean, he's as much of an attacker, of a defender as Memphis Depay is. He's going to be up the other end of the pitch most of the game. Blind, Hatteboer, De Vrij, fantastic. Malaysia, Indy, De Ligt, fantastic. Taze, maybe it was Taze we got yellow carded actually. Take it back, it wasn't Timber. It was Taze. So everything I said about Timber is wrong. And then Sillerson is fantastic in goals. So I think that they will probably get to a quarter-final quite easily, and I think it would be a massive shock if they didn't. Would not be shocked in the slightest if they made it to a semi-final. When you consider that, you know, they didn't even have Malen, Quincy Promes, Luc de Jong, Donny van de Beek, Gravenberg, Wijnaldum, who else? Van Aanholt. And then, yeah, there's so many amazing players they can choose from. Their squad is so deep. So, I think they're going to be fine, but it'll be really interesting to see how far they can go. I wonder if they're good enough to get to the final. Not sure. If they come up against Argentina in the, what would it be, quarterfinals, then I think that might be too much for them. But if they finish second in the group, they might get further, weirdly. So we'll see. Okay, that is the 2022 FIFA World Cup Group A, spoken about in an ASMR video. Hope you enjoyed it. Click like if you did, drop me a comment, tell me if you agree, disagree. Subscribe in the top right. Similar video in the middle for you right now. Take it easy everyone. Take care. and I'll see you really soon for group